Hi guys, and welcome to my video. In this video I'm taking a sketch I had done in my previous video and turning it into a sticker for RedBubble. In order to do so, I've chosen to make a vector illustration in Adobe Illustrator because I like the flexibility of being able to enlarge or reduce the size of the illustration without losing its quality. If you want to see the sketching process, then I'll be sure to put a link up on the iCard on the top right hand section of the video. Be sure to check that out if you want to. The first thing I always do when it comes to vector illustrations is I ink the outline naturally, and I personally opt to not use the live paint bucket tool in order to color, and therefore I don't have to enclose the line art. There are many tutorials out there, so if you want to know what I mean by that, I'm sure you can search one up which will tell you how to use the live paint bucket tool. Once I completed the inking and I added in the line variations that I wanted, I then went into color. In order to color, I used the pencil tool to outline the areas where I wanted to add in color, and then I just filled in the pencil outline with the colors I wanted. Later on, I would add highlight and shadows using the same method essentially. If you want to see a tutorial on how I color my vector illustrations, then again, I will put a link up to that tutorial on the iCard button on the top right hand corner of this video. And as I already have that video available, I'm not going to go into any more detail on how I colored in this video. When it comes to the style I opt for with vector illustrations at this point in time anyway, I prefer to soften the highlights and shadows by adding a blur to them, but that does come with a negative. For this negative, let's pretend that I inked a circle and then I drew in another circle with the pencil tool in order to color it, and then I added the blur effect to this color. Because of the blur, the color will actually extend beyond the inked line. And this means that if I then save this as a PNG image and I then upload this illustration to RedBubble, when it comes to stickers, RedBubble will add its own white border around the sticker, but in order to add this in, it detects the outer edge of the illustration. And because of the blur, the outer edge is no longer the inked line, and that means it creates this very odd white border that just doesn't look even. In fact, it looks quite blotchy and terrible to look at. To get around this issue, therefore, I then saved the vector illustration as a PNG. I took it into Photoshop, cleaned up the outline so that the outer area of the illustration is the inked line rather than the blur that goes beyond that line, and then I saved it again as a PNG file and uploaded that to RedBubble, and that solved my problem. Of course, this problem wouldn't exist if I chose not to add a blur in and just add shadows and highlights in the typical block coloring fashion that happens with vector illustrations, but I personally prefer the aesthetics of adding a blur in, which is why I tend to do it. Despite how simple I think this vector illustration is in the end, when I look at the stickers on RedBubble, I can see that it's not as simple as the ones you have out there, but I hope that it's enjoyable to look at and it's a kind of sticker that you would probably want to buy. I hope so, because then why did I make it? When I sketched this ice cream dessert out, I knew I was going to end up liking the result, but I'm not sure if I will end up coloring the other sketches from that video. There's a part of me that wants to do the lolly, but I feel like I need to add a little bit more detail to it to make it stand out against the other lolly stickers that exist on RedBubble. But let me know if you would like to see me create a sticker of the ice lolly from the sketching video. And my question of the video is, if you enjoy doing digital art, which program do you prefer to use and why? That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the process of the creation of this sticker, and if you would like to purchase it, it is available on RedBubble. And thank you guys for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time.